Good morning. I'm in the Cairngorms. Woo! It's 8:38. I've been treated to a beautiful sunrise. We're going to head up Glen Derry through the woods. We're going to be doing some hammock camping tonight, and then depending on the weather and depending on sort of how I feel, I might do Ben Vrek as well and chalk a Monroe off the list. Last one of 2025. I stayed at the Bramar Youth Hostel last night and had a wee wander down this morning in the pitch dark, which was quite an experience. Spooky. It's only supposed to get to about 2 degrees tonight, so I was going to say relatively warm, but I don't know, we'll see. I didn't bring any water, but I did bring food. And that's because I'm trusting the Scottish streams. It's some of the best water in all of the lands. I don't know if you can see it there, but I've got my boots on the back of the bag. Yeah, they're new boots, so I brought them to kind of break them in. Also, just in case I decide to do a Monroe. But in the meantime, we're operating with the Old Faithfuls, the New Balance Hieros. And not that this is a review of gear or anything, but I've had these for about a year and they've been on pretty much every adventure I've been on so far. And they are amazing. They are the most comfortable shoes I've ever bought. They've got really good grip. I've stood in 2 puddles now, and they'll dry fast because these shoes are amazing, and I'll probably buy them again once they run their course. So this is Derry Lodge. It's an old hunting lodge, which as you can see is no longer used. Choose your weapon, the trowel box, when nature calls. The rain's come on a little bit, which is not ideal, but we'll persevere. The plan is just to stop here and have some breakfast. It's about 10 o'clock, so I'm going to get some hot dogs on. Yeah, then I'm going to get going. I need to get beyond Derry Lodge, set up camp for the night, and hopefully this rain lets off a little bit. So I've got my food sack, heaps of food in there, hot dogs, which is what's in the pan, got some cheese, some wraps, got some coffee, which I measured out by hand. I've got some bacon, I've got some pasta, got some mushrooms. I think just enough food. It's 10 past 10. Left just after 6 a.m, left Bramar, so I've actually been on the go for quite some time. And eventually we're going to find a place to pitch the hammock, because I mean there's enough pine trees here that it should be straightforward enough, but I just want to make sure I've got enough time to kind of set up camp and then we'll take it from there. This is my new bag, an Osprey XO 48. Toying with a slightly bigger bag, but I decided to go for the smaller, lighter one. It's just over 1 kilogram in weight, and I've packed it to the absolute brim to see how heavy it is and how much it can carry. And so far it's done a really good job, and I cannot believe that I even went so long with that Amazon backpack, because honestly the Amazon backpack, it's silliness. Why did no one tell me that Amazon backpack was a terrible bag? It was heavy, it hurt my shoulders, I think it was bigger than that bag apparently, but you could hardly pack anything in it. So that's what you get when you buy cheap, buy twice, as they say. The original Frankfurters. Shake off some of that excess water. Wow. I forgot sauce, but Look at that. I didn't bring any water because look what we have here. Freezing cold, fresh Scottish mountain water. I bumped into a guy called Ron and his friend Al, and Al asked if I had my filter with me. And the answer to that is no. One, because my filter is rubbish. And two, because this is the best water ever. It needs no filter. As long as it's from reasonably high up in the mountains, or if it's rushing and fresh, then I'm not worried. A full bottle, fresh, that'll keep me hydrated for a while. The finger dip test. That's how you know if your water is boiling hot, and I would say it's hot enough. So let's carefully remove that. Carefully, he says, as he spills his coffee. It's M&S finest Italian style coffee, so who cares if it's granules? Now I've sworn by the coffee bags so far, but then I just had this realisation that it's so annoying to have a soggy coffee bag inside my camping bag. So I've ditched the coffee bags in favour of granules because they turn to coffee and then there's nothing afterwards. It's just in your belly. In fact, I'm saying it on this channel now. I'm immortalising it. Coffee bags, terrible. Just stick to granules or get the real thing. Coffee bags, no need for them at all. Somewhere along this trail that I'm going to set up tent, or set up tent. Somewhere along this trail I'm going to set up camp. So far it's not looking too good. There's a lot of trees, but they're quite sparse. So I'm not sure how I'll get on. The other side of the river looks a bit better, so I can always come back down that way if I get to the bridge further up and there's nothing I see. There is the option of Bob Scott's Memorial Bothy, which is near Derry Lodge. Always good to have a backup plan just in case. This rubble presumably used to be a cairn, maybe someone kicked it down. And this path is the path that leads to Ben Vrec, which I'm considering doing, but not yet, not until I find somewhere to camp. So the original plan was to keep heading further up this path anyway, because there's a stream that runs down near the river. It's a lot of heather, there's a lot of slope, there's a lot of trees like this, which are obviously way too small to set up a hammock. And then, yeah, even up the hill, it's just not particularly appealing so far. This is the water source, but that is deeper than it looks, so I might have to change my shoes. I was just checking to see if there was any decent spots, but it didn't look like it. And also, it's very noisy there. these shoes aren't waterproof, so my feet are a bit wet now. Is what it is, I guess. I've got spare socks and things with me, so I'm not too worried. Fucking hell. Nearly slipped and fell in that. There's some trees by the river there, which I thought might make a good spot. So I trudged through the heather to get to them, but it wasn't ideal in the end, so I'm going to keep going. I've crossed the river now, and I'm actually heading back the way. I think Ben Vrek is probably off the cards for today, so I'll just keep wandering. A grouping like this would be perfect if it wasn't over the path. It's all part of the excitement. Wandering in the clag in the rain, looking at trees like they're IKEA furniture. That's a good one. That's a bad one. Which one am I going to choose? At this moment in time, it feels like none. Changing the plan slightly, I'm going to head back in the direction of Derry Lodge, and I'm going to set up nearer there. And tomorrow what I'll do is I will get up early and I'll attempt the Derry Cairngorm, because I think, and I'll check just in case, but I'm pretty sure the weather is meant to be okay. Probably a bit foggy, but I didn't expect any views at the top anyway. Look at that. It didn't even go in the river. That's the most embarrassing throw I'll ever do in my life. Stick to walking, stone skimming's not my thing. There I am. And there's Derry Lodge. So almost there. I was just thinking, how cool would this be just to set up the hammock around here, being amongst this tree, but a bit, I don't know, soft. And I think getting the bug net and the tarp on top probably be a bit challenging, so I'll I'll give that a miss, but it's a cool idea. Honestly, there's loads of spots, but I just think I may as well be closer to the river. So that's it, decision made. We've done the biggest loop to get back to where we started, where we had the coffee, but I think in and around there is probably the perfect spot. And yeah, I'm not mad about that. One, it's near water. Two, it's near Bob Scott in case I need to go there. And also, doing that loop of the woods in Glen Derry, so fun. Such a beautiful woodland. Scots pine forest, Glen Derry, in the heart of the Cairngorms. It's as Scottish as it gets. Makes me feel super patriotic. Yeah, I love it here. Love it here. I think this will do. Those two trees. I thought I forgot this. Whew! There we are. We've got ourselves a hammock. This side's the only questionable side because this tree got in the way. I tried to put the ropes around here, but it's just too big a tree. So that's it. I can zip this up, get a little bit of wind protection from the bug net and also the tarp. The lowest it's going to get is 2 degrees. The main issue with a hammock, and this is what I discovered in summer when I used it, is the airflow that goes underneath the hammock and the ground makes it really, really cold. So I'm going to be wearing loads of layers. I've got my sleeping mat as well, which I'll put in to give me a little bit of a buffer. Sleeping bag, obviously. Sleeping bag liner. I'm glad that I came back because having that sort of flat ground underneath just made things so much easier. If it was heather and stones and all of that and it was a bit more wet, it would have been a lot less pleasant, and it took a bit longer than I care to admit to set up all the guy ropes and set up the tarp and things. It's all worked out well in the end, and I'll probably take you along to Bob Scott's and just show you that while I'm out here anyway. You've got a sleeping area, a stove, a kitchen area in that corner. There are some people staying here tonight as well, so I probably won't hang around here too long. Bob Scott and crew are just navigating this bog. Yeah, 2 of the busier bothies, and that's because it's the route through the Larrigrew to Aviemore. So that's like the perfect first stop, and then Carew the second stop, or Hutchison's if you go up and through the Cairngorm. I met quite a few people. There was a couple, there was a guy on his own, and there was two lads. So it's a busy night at Bob Scott's. It's really lovely chatting to folks who particularly aren't from Scotland and are up enjoying it. The Cairngorms is just incredible. It just is. I think just having that conversation's really put me in a good mood. It's 3 PM. There's about an hour of sunlight left today. I'm probably going to make some food and then just get in the hammock and chill out. Guys, I was literally just about to start cooking and I saw a wild bird still sitting there, so I think I'm quick enough I can probably grab it and I could have that for my tea instead. Wish me luck, I'm going to go for it. I was too loud, I was too slow, and it's flown away. Looks like it's pasta for me. I think I might not do the Munro tomorrow. I've just had a really nice time, and I can either do the Munro or go to Glen Quoich, and I think I'd rather just go to the Glen, have a bit more of a relaxing time. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a compede. Whoa! There's a compede with loads of compedes attached to it. There we go. Got some warm trousers to put on. I've actually got 2 pairs of those. Well, I don't know if you can make out anything. This is me. There's no denying the fact the hammock is super comfortable. And right now I'm nice and toasty. So I'd be interested to see how we get on overnight. I'm going to just hunker down for the night, get my film on, and then I'll see you guys in the morning. Yeah, gonna get some rest. So, cheerio, and I'll get you guys tomorrow. Good morning. I actually slept pretty well considering I'm in a floating coffin. I kind of feel a bit like a caterpillar that's turned itself into a cocoon, metamorphosizing. Must have slept for a good 10 hours, woke up a few times, but really good sleep, and I wasn't too cold. It is pouring rain outside now, which is not going to be fun to go out in, but yeah, it's about 7 AM. It's 10 to 9, which is official sunrise on the shortest day of the year. It's the 21st of December, so it's winter solstice. But yeah, that's a good night overall. The hammock was fine. I think tent is best. Tent's always best. It's just a bit too enclosed, the hammock, but it's stayed dry. It was warm enough. If it was any colder, it probably would have been a little bit of an uncomfortable night, but I slept more or less all the way through from, I think I went to bed maybe about 8 o'clock. Probably just hang around here a bit. I'll maybe make breakfast and then I'll pack up and hike on round to the Glen of Quoich later on. But part of me wishes I had another day, although it is forecast to pour with rain later on, so I don't know how I'd feel about that. We got some bacon this morning. We've got the coffee on. It's nice and warm. We've got the bacon cooking, sizzling away. Very much looking forward to that. And got some mushrooms as well, which I obviously foraged myself and didn't just take from home. 15 minutes, I think it said, so I may as well pack up or you never know when you might get attacked by, I don't know, a spider or a bear. How's the bacon, did you say? I've got the fork, but I also got gifted this sweet knife by my stepdad. So it wouldn't be a camping / outdoor adventure if I didn't eat the bacon straight off the knife. Apologies to everyone at home. That was slightly horrific. I meant to bring sauce and seasoning, but I had so much blooming things to pack. Also, these tins, it's wide enough that I could obviously fry a piece of bacon, but it's deep enough I can also boil water in it. And I've got the frying pan, which I've taken out before in some videos, but it's so big, it's kind of annoying. And it also doesn't have a handle. And then I've got the cups, which the sort of the gas canister can fit nicely into. You get a bottom cup and a sort of smaller top cup for coffee, but it's only really good for boiling water. This, perfect size, came in a pack of 2. There was a bigger one, which I never took. And it's got the handle, which clips onto the bag. So, really good. Beautiful. It's 20 to 12. I left the camp way later than I was expecting. I didn't leave a single trace behind. You wouldn't even know that I'd slept there because there was not even an indentation of a body on the ground. So, truly not a single trace was left. I don't have a clue how to say the name of this glen. Way too Gaelic for me. So I'll just leave that one alone. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. Oh man, it's tiring. This connects Glen Derry to Glen Quoich, so I have to cut over the hill and through the glen to get to it. This really feels desolate. It's quite a cool wee glen. Again, I've got no idea what it's called. I slammed my drone a minute ago and I crashed it. I've been dicing with death with the drone. That's 2 times now. So I had to go back about 20 meters and find it. So it's good to know if Find My Drone works. I really enjoyed this glen. I wasn't expecting much, and honestly I thought the path would be a bit overgrown, but it obviously gets used a lot more than I thought, and probably because it's a great link between Glen Derry and Glen Quoich, so it's a bit soggy underfoot. Proper barren, remote heather hills. Love it. Cairngorms is incredible. Absolutely breathtaking. It's the UK's biggest national park. It has some of the most incredible Scots pine forests. It's got some of the biggest peaks in the UK. It has just this vast and barren heather moorland, almost desolate feeling in places, and it's just littered with dead trees from maybe where forests used to be. There's rugged rocks and cliffs as you get deeper into it. There's beautiful glens, there's running streams, there's waterfalls, there's wildlife. It's just a remarkable place. I absolutely love it so much, and that's why I came, and that's why I keep coming back, and also why I'm so glad that I live so near. What a way to feel good. Just come out, do a bit of camping, wander around aimlessly. There's nothing better than it. Getting very tired now. Whoa. Well, I was going to show you the punch bowl, but the path at the other side had eroded because of the water, so I had to come back and join the main path. I'll show you that another time. I need to start heading back to Braemar because it's 2:30 and it's probably going to take me about 3 hours to get there, so it's going to be touch and go. Mar Lodge is up that way, which means I'm back at the bridge to the main road which leads to Braemar. It's just after 3 o'clock. I'm absolutely done in. Whew. No time for sitting around though, because I've got about 2 hours to get back, so I better crack on to Braemar. But just want to say thanks to all of you guys for coming along this entire year. The last 12 months have been amazing. I've gotten up to so many things. In fact, this feels like the most insane thing I've ever done. It's both extremely scary and extremely exciting. So that was 2025. And what can I say except from looking forward to doing it all over again in 2026. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching as always. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Cheerio.